Mad bus driver here, brothers, and the ladies, and the haters that are most definitely watching. Yeah. So, options. Options. Brothers, options that they don't want you to have. Options that you see these brothers are executing on. Options, right? This is why I do these videos. It's one of the reasons why I do these videos, to show you the type of options you have and basically try to see if we can get you to exercise on those options. Options are very important to have because if you don't have options, people will run up the price on you because they'll have a monopoly. And BWs have been having a monopoly on your black ass for quite some time. As of minus the last about 15 years. Prior to that, when the laws have been lifted for when you can mess with anything other than yourself, the BWs have had a monopoly on the game. And you've seen with their image how they have managed those options, how they have decided to raise the price. Raise the price on how you have to deal with them. Now, you know, it's the price of time, the price of your health, the price of your mental health, your spiritual well-being, your physical well-being. If you're gonna be locked up or if you're going to hell, you know, and because you got shot in them streets. The BWs have had all the monopoly until the last few years, about a decade and a half. I mean, it really started in the 90s, but it was just a small percentage, you know, like brothers is out here messing with the white girls every now and then. You know, it was growing, you know, in numbers, but it really was exploding. It has exploded in the last 20 years. I mean, what, was like 1 in 5? If it's not 1 in 4, soon it's going to be a third of brothers. And then when you get to like the way they have the status in the UK, it'll be 50-50. So why is that important for all these options? Well, this is an alternative to the path the community is going down if we continue to go down this path, the path of death and destruction, the path of baby mamas, the path of drug dealers, gangbangers, the path of men wanting to be ultra sassy for no reason because they don't have a father figure in their life and remotely, and so they're on some super sassiness. Because they're on some super sassiness, you don't even know if they're gay or not. You're saving yourself from women who are so manly that you can't tell them the difference between them and a transgender in the community. So manly that dudes will be out here, you know, rather fool around with the transgender than to fool around with the BW, because the transgender in the community is more feminine than BW. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next. Those type of guys are going to start leaving the black transgender community, men that fool around like that, and they're going to start branching out into scooping up, if they haven't already, flying out to Thailand, them lady boys out there. Right? They're gonna be like, damn that, why we wanna get, I can get this over here. Trust me, that's what's gonna happen, because over there it's more feminine looking than over here, than here in the States. unless they go white trans or Asian trans here in the States. Because the lady boys over here in the States are looking far more feminine than your average BW. Why? As I said it before, you're not breeding in the community for intelligence or beauty. They're breeding for booty in the community. So you wonder why the NBA and NFL and whatever, you know, a baller or rapper that can get himself out of his neighborhood and flies out to California, they decide they're going to mess with something different out there in LA and stop messing and don't mess with nothing. You know, you either, if you're going to be a BW, you got to be Laura Harvey level. You're going to be Jada Pinkett back in the early 90s level for them to be hollering at you on Instagram. If you're not, then they're hollering at something different, because they're not going to be hollering at no regular around the way BW, because it's just too much of a hassle. Isn't that the whole drama with your boy Schultz? You know, what's his name? Friend of Charlemagne the Gods. And when he says a group of people is very difficult, and so, you know, he doesn't want to fool with them because they're very difficult. And these two comedians who aren't Americans have to question and have to apologize for it because the BWs are using social media as an institution to bully them into capitulating and asking for forgiveness because they made the cardinal sin not to laugh. It's not them laughing. It's because they didn't say they find the BWs to be their only choice. This is what options allow you to have. They allow you to avoid that type of BS. But because many of you are scared to exercise on those options, you will be left behind. You will end up with a scraggle. And that wig will fall off in front of you. That weave will get left alongside the dirty draws. And you're gonna be like, damn, I was on my Umar Johnson when I could have been out here doing what my cousin did. And he happy. And I'm out here arguing with broads over what Keisha done did to LaKeisha. Mad bus driver out. And let me come back with a PS for that ass. Listen, I've stated this once before. I'm going to state this again. People know it. Even pro-blacks know it. Your Michael Eric Dysons know it. All these guys know it. They know that, you know, they out here, they talking so much about race and this and that. Your Umar Johnsons, your Michael Eric Dysons, your Boyce Watkins. They themselves want some snow. They want some snow. They want some snow bunnies. These guys want to dip in some vanilla ice cream. That's what they want. Because they've been talking about it so much. They just want to taste it just one time. Can I taste it? Huh? Can I just taste it just a little bit? This is what this is what's on their minds. I mean, Umar Johnson is the King Kong of consciousness, right? King Kong. Isn't that a gorilla? Remember all the stereotypes they said about gorillas? But King Kong specifically is a gorilla. What is it? I forgot. You know, it was supposed to be an analogy. I forgot the high-end word. You guys will know what it is. But it was supposed to be something to mimic or mock Jack Johnson, right? The boxer from back in the day who loved himself some what type of females? And what did King Kong do when he climbed the Empire State Building? Who did he have in his hands? That's right. He had himself a white girl in his hands. And this is what Umar Johnson is obsessed with. Just like your boy Michael Eric Dyson's. They just King Kong, the gorilla that, just wants to have a white girl in his hand. Mad Bus Driver out.